So, welcome, guys. Thank you guys for joining us, and welcome to another installment of our YOUmedia Virtual Podcast brought to you by the Miami-Dade Public Library System. We have a really good group here. We have an amazing topic that we're about to dive into. But before we do, let's go around and introduce everyone. So, staff, you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Colin. How's it going?
Rao, it's your boy Chris Mulligy.
There we go. And we have Chantel, but she's, in the background. But we also have teens. So our amazing teens, can you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Oh, here comes one extra one right now.
Oh, we have one?
Oh,
Galen.
Hey,
Right
good
on
afternoon, guys.
time. Came right on
What's
time.
good?
How you doing? All right. So, yeah, Galen, thank you for coming. We're just introducing yourselves. So you could start off, introduce yourselves real quick, and then we'll go around.
Okay. Hi, my name is Galen, and what do you want me to say? Just my name?
that was perfect.
Sure. Galen is fine. Thank you, Galen.
Hey, yo, wait. Happy National Anime Day.
Nice.
Oh, really? I did not know that. Whoa. That's
I feel
awesome.
ashamed for
I
not
wish I
knowing that.
knew that, because then I would have had everyone
Wow.
introduce themselves with their favorite anime.
For real.
But I guess we'll save that for later.
Mm.
All right.
Crazy.
Other teams, let's go.
All right. My name is Xavier. It's been a while. It's been a long while. I feel like a ghost.
The ghost has
Yo.
come back.
Don't worry, I remember you, OG.
I remember you too.
And last but not
Alright.
least, we have.
Yeah, I'm Nate, representing Lemon City,
Woo.
aspiring artist, aspiring professional wrestler, all that good stuff, So,
Hey.
good to be here.
Lemon City in the building. All right, let's go. All right, guys. So today's topic, pretty sure you guys already know, we're going to be talking about video games. So we have some awesome questions. I see Xavier is so excited.
I came at
Talk
the right
about this.
moment.
Right time. All right.
Mm.
So let's get things started with our first question. Anyone, whoever wants to start, could go ahead and jump in. So my first question to you guys is to tell us about your first ever video game experience. What was your first video game experience?
Ooh.
Galen got his hand up.
Ooh,
Like
Oh,
how
well,
old you
got
were,
that one first.
Ooh.
your
You guys got
I was
age,
5.
what was the
I was 5.
console?
I
Come
was
on.
the Wii, and it was Super Mario Brothers. That was the first game ever that I played.
Wow.
The original Super Mario Brothers, like the 8-bit one where you run left and right.
Nah, I don't think
Oh
so.
no! I played that one like a year after, because my mom got it, and I was like, oh, this one's cool too. But no, I played the new Super Mario Bros. On the Wii.
Okay.
I think the one he means is with the where you get to play as the Toads as well.
Yeah.
Ah.
Super Mario Brothers. Okay, cool. Right on. Nice.
Shoot. My first experience, I was young. I was fairly young. I was 7. I was down here, and I had a DS. And on that DS, it would be Kirby Superstars. I played it day
Wow.
and night. I finished it, and then I got to the point where Meta Knight came. That part annoyed me so badly. But look, a couple years ago, I beaten it, but that was the first game I beaten. The first game I played, the first game I beaten. Which is why I have such a good connection with Kirby and Super Smash Bros. Because it's like, it's perfect. It's just perfect.
So does that mean your first system ever that you used was a DS? That was your first system?
Yes, DS.
Wow.
Wow.
Handheld.
That's awesome.
After that, it became PlayStation, then Xbox, and so on and so forth.
Let's go. How about you, Nathan?
All right. Well, my first memory to me, to the best of my knowledge, my dad had me when he was very young. He had me when he was like 21. And at the time, he was still like a huge wrestling fan. So like all the installments of the wrestling games he had on like the PS2 and the PlayStation. So I think I was about 4 at that time, and they had the first installment of the SmackDown versus Raw series when WWE had the 2 extension brands. They brought that first video game out in 2004, and I remember me and my dad just playing it all day until you went to work, man. Those are some good memories. Me just mashing the buttons, me not knowing what I was doing, me crying all the time and complaining because I didn't know what I was doing. But, I just got hooked to wrestling after that. It was just my love for wrestling just came after that, man. So that was a very good memory. So
do you still play wrestling games?
Oh yeah, to this day. They came out with the recent title last year. That's one of the worst titles they came out with because they had a whole bunch of bugs and glitches because the former company that made the game actually left them without a month with a month left to make the game. So it came out horrible, and I fell for it buying. I should have just bought the other version 2 years ago, but it's whatever. It's whatever. So
man. Do you remember
my loyalty to WWE is never gonna go away. Man.
Do you remember who was your favorite wrestler you would pick?
I used to choose like the high overall guys. So at the time, I think it was like Triple H and The Undertaker. I used to choose them all. I was a big John Cena fan. Yeah, around my time, if you were watching around that time, everybody was a huge John Cena fan. So I used to choose them all the time. But I usually went for the high overall guys because, like I said, I didn't know how to play, but I still lost because you needed experience to play that game. But I still play WWE games to this day. So. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I'll give mine, I guess. I can try to remember back that far. I know I was like exposed to video games at like pizza parlors like back in like the 80s or whatever. So like there was like Pac-Man or whatever like that. But
the arcade games.
Yeah, the arcade games like back in the day.
Joystick.
But I think like the first time that like video games like jumped out to me and I was like, man, I gotta like play this. Like this is like calling to me and I have to like go and like play it. I remember my family had just moved to Oklahoma. We moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I'd never like seen a home video game before in my life. You gotta like remember this, like the early 80s, like Atari was out there, but my parents were young. They didn't they weren't buying that sort of thing at that point. It's like $400 for an Atari, right? So immediately I was like 6 years old. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go meet the new kids in my neighborhood, like go door to door, like knocking on the doors, like finding out who's like in this neighborhood and everything. And this kid, like Tyler, at the end of the block, I remember, like I walked in and they had like Mario Brothers, like the original, like Mario Brothers 1, like on the Nintendo, gray box and everything. And they were at Bowser, and I was like, oh my god, like what am I seeing on this screen? Like I need this thing so bad. And I remember, like, I finally got it for that Christmas, and I got, like, Mario Brothers, and I got, like, another game, like, Ghosts and Goblins. It was, like, so hard. I was like, I'm never going to be able to, like, beat this game. And my dad, like, beat it. Like, he was like, I'm going to, like, handle this thing. And he, like, never played another video game in his life. That was it. So.
Wow.
That game could have destroyed his career.
That's crazy. But, yeah, like, for me, I was also exposed. This was, like, the 90s. Yeah, I'm old. But I remember I grew up with brothers, so I have like no sisters. And I remember going to like having to go over to my mom's like friend's house at the time, and she had like an only son, and he was like spoiled. Like he had like every console, like from I think the Nintendo 64. The Genesis, the first PlayStation, second. So every Saturday, I remember going to their house, and he would always have like a new game. Like also, I played probably all the Marios, the Sonic games from the Nintendo series, leading up to I think like the first Grand Theft Auto and all that stuff. So that's how I got exposed to like gaming. But I know me and my brothers, our first console that we purchased was actually like the GameCube, which was decades in. Yeah, that was that.
Oh yeah,
they got like the best intro.
Probably one of the best consoles that came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my memory.
I agree.
Gaming for sure.
To be honest, I know if it falls between Sega playing Sonic on there or the Nintendo series with Mario, but as far as I could go back, I think what really exposed me was I think it was on a Nintendo. It had the gun and you would shoot ducks.
Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt. I'm the original.
Duck Hunt.
Ooh.
My
Yo.
God,
Yeah,
that's a
dude.
throwback.
Oh,
Bro.
man.
Bro.
That did it for me. I was like, oh snap, what am I doing?
I
I felt
remember.
like I was shooting.
I remember going over to my friend Tyler's house. He had that too. We'd take the gun and go like straight up to the screen. We were like right
Yeah, like the Wrecky.
there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one. Yeah, that opened my eyes for sure.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Cool. All right. So let me ask you guys another one. So like, obviously we've all been playing like games for like a long time and everything. And you know, some of us are still like still in our youth and everything, but like what is the one video game that like defined you as like a person, as like a kid or as like a young adult or whatever? Like what's the one game that like you look back and like that's the one that had the most impact on my life? Xavier, what do you got?
Yo. Cause I've played a lot of games. I'm all over the place. I'm still playing games. Like I'm just playing Spider-Man. That game. Oh my God. Open world. All you really want to do in the game is just swing. The swinging mechanism is beautiful.
Mhm.
But the game that made me who I am. Pop Tropica.
What's that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which one?
I think I know what that is. The computer.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
All the elementary schools used to play that. I
Also
remember
about
that.
this
Yeah.
game, man. I gotta know.
I heard.
Okay. So it's an online game on like the computer. I was at my cousin's house and he had a computer. So I said, all right, let's go online, play around, watch videos. And this is around the time where if you were in elementary school, the one site you will go to was it Fun Club? I think it was Fun Club. And
Fun
it
map?
was Funland. And it was an ad that said Pop Chocolate. I'm like, ooh, what's that? And we clicked it. We didn't know what ads meant. We just know you like it, you click it, you go, and you enjoy it. And we pressed it, and we created a character, and we went inside this balloon. The what was it? Shoot. It was I forgot the name of it.
Is
It
that
was
it?
yellow
Chris is
with the name
showing a
on it.
picture.
Oh, Chris is showing it. Oh, it's like a
Yes,
little...
that game right there. We would just go to different islands and play them. I'm like, oh shoot. And you would learn something too, because some of the islands had like real life events. I was like, yo, I would go to school, tell my friends about it. Everybody was hooked to it. And I'm like, yes, this is the one.
And you
But
discovered it all on your own just by randomly clicking an ad, huh?
okay. Because I knew like it was an ad that I liked. Because it was a game ad. I knew, okay, does this work though? I press it instantly, Pop Tropica, the blue background, and you see a vine says, oh, new player. I said, bet. And me and my cousin was just playing it day and night. It was fun.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
What about
And
you?
Awesome.
What
I've evolved
you-
from that moment forward.
That's awesome, Xavier. How about you, Nathan?
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of like game titles that I've like defined like who I am. Like just some honorable mentions like Kingdom Hearts when it came out. The first one came out in 2002. I followed that series all the way, even though when I didn't know how to play it. And especially the wrestling series, all the WWE games. When my dad transitioned from leaving being a wrestling fan, and then it opened a new door for me. I think that's the game that defined me because I was watching it all the time. I was playing it, even though when I didn't know how to play it. But the actual game that defined who I was, I got it on my birthday. I think it was SmackDown versus Raw 2009, and that's when they still had that arcadey style type of feel to it, you know, instead of that simulation type of feel. So I remember I used to create my own characters, and I used to be on that thing more than any other game that my dad had at the time. I used to just play. You can ask all my friends. They will tell you I'm the WWE guy in the school because I used to just talk about it all the time, you know? I think that's it. All the WWE series, yeah.
Did your
I have
dad
to go with that.
Did your dad ever have like a Nintendo 64 and play the wrestling games on N64?
Oh yeah. He used to tell me about all that back in the day when he used to have all the Nintendo 64s and whatever. He used to play Mario, and when he transitioned to like PlayStation, like he used to play Madden all the time with his friends and all that, you know. But I think around when I started, like when I became like 5 or 6, he just stopped talking about wrestling for some reason. I think it happens to everybody. You grow up and you just, but it never happened to me. Like I said, it opened the new doors for me because all the older games he had, I used to just play them. The SmackDown series, and I used to play on the PlayStation, and then the SmackDown vs. Raw series, I played on the PS2, PS3. Now I'm up to PS4, and I'm playing the WWE 2K series. You know,
Yeah.
It impacted my life so much, man. You know, you don't even know. Yeah, so
Sounds like
awesome.
that's it for me. Yeah.
Is Galen there?
I'm here.
Yeah, he's in.
Okay, I thought we lost him. All right, Galen. So, what is one video game that defined your child?
That's a hard question right there.
That is a very hard question.
Yes.
I mean, I don't even know how to answer that because like there's so many games. But
Like, what's that one video game like you could always go back to, like, and not get bored?
Let's see. I mean, I played the Wii, and then I transitioned into PS2. And I remember this motorcycle game that I used to love when I was a kid that I played with my mom and my cousins. And then after that, I was into the Wii U and some more Nintendo games. And then just like recently, I got PS4 games. But like what defined me, the video game that I could always go back to, I'd probably say it's kind of funny, but I can never get bored with Wii Sports.
Hey.
That's a good choice, man. That's one of those party games you can play forever, man. So
True. Well, for me, there's a lot. But I feel like my most fondest gaming memories were the PlayStation 2. To me, I feel like that's the best PlayStation. So yeah, I definitely agree. I agree with Nathan with Kingdom Hearts because I was a big Disney fan. I'm a big Disney fan. So when that came out, I was like, whoa, like I could play with Goofy and Mickey. I could fight like characters. So that was really good. If I could pick one more, it would be Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yeah.
Not because of the violence.
Oh my god.
Not because of the violence. I don't condone violence, but it was more because of the music in that game, like the soundtrack of that game was so good. I don't know if you guys remember it, like was so good. And it was crazy how like they had like I would literally play the game just to hop in I don't want to say steal, but hop in a car and like just change like the channels and like find my favorite song and kind of have that on repeat. So I would say that was another game that helped define me.
I can definitely jump in on that a little bit. When I was living in Texas, I was going to school at the University of Houston. That's when that game came out, and I was like really homesick for like Miami, and I was like, oh wow, I can like drive around like South Beach, and like I can drive around like Haiti and everything like that in here, and yeah, listen to all those good songs too. So definitely, like that's definitely one of those like impactful games that like just sticks with me for a long time, even without all the rest of the stuff that's on there. I just drive around like the chatterbox like radio.
It was crazy, yeah, and they had like these fake commercials that sounded so real and stuff. So yeah.
But the game for me, the most probably defined me was the original Final Fantasy VII, and I have the remake here.
Wow! Yes. Yeah.
Bro,
oh man!
I'll tell you when I first got exposed to it, man. I just moved to Texas. I had moved from Miami to Texas. I was like just finishing 9th grade, right? And I'd never like watched anime really or anything like that. I hadn't like owned a PlayStation. I'd kind of been out of video games for a little while. I've been like trying to like do other stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked into this mall, the mall in my neighborhood, First Colony Mall, and there was this store. It was called Animagic, right? And I'm like, what is this store? Like, what's this all about? And they had this poster of like Cloud and like Barrett and Tifa and all the characters and everything. I was like, what is this? This looks so cool to me. Like, I have to like know what this thing is, right? And they're like, oh yeah, it's this game is coming out later on this year. It's Final Fantasy 7. I'm like, I gotta like play this thing, and it like blew my mind. Like it was just so like the story and everything, and the graphics and the movies. Like it was so different from what I'd ever thought a video game could be. Because up until that point, it was like 2D. You know, you're playing like Mario and that type of stuff, and like this was like mind blowing to me. And I couldn't believe that like a game could like be that like epic and like emotional and everything. So that's it for me. So I've been playing through this in my spare time recently, and it's awesome. It's really good. So you guys should check it out.
Awesome. And when did the original come out? Like what year did it?
1997. 1997.
Wow.
So it's about 25 years. So yeah, it's been a while.
Over 2 decades ago. Wow. Let's go. How about you, Chris? Is Chris still with us?
Chris, you with us, bro?
Looks like he's lagging.
Might be lagging a little bit. We'll move on. We'll maybe catch up to Chris when he comes back to us. So I just mentioned some characters, but can maybe Nathan, who's your favorite like video game character? Like when you think about like all these like amazing characters like Mario and Sonic and you know like Crash Bandicoot and all these different characters, what's the one that like for you is like the best one that you'll always buy a game that they have that character in it?
Okay, now I have to change my video game. For me, like I said, I played the Kingdom Hearts series, but one of my favorite ones is the one they actually had on DS. It was a 358 days /2, and they have a story breakdown of the secondary character because the primary character Sora. Kind of the secondary character in there is Roxas, and I rock with that dude, man, because his story is like it's so cool. Like, you know, he's not even real. He comes from a part of Sora's heart, you know, and he goes into like an organization, and the organization is kind of like evil, and he doesn't know that because all his memories are erased, you know, so he has to figure that out on his own. But you know, the story breakdown, his story is very short. Now that you think about it on the Kingdom Hearts timeline, but you know, once now looking up on it and understanding it, you know, he's a pretty good character in that series. So that's it for me. So
nice.
Definitely Roxas from the Kingdom Hearts series. Yeah.
Cool.
Dope.
Yeah.
How about you,
Xavier?
Oops, sorry.
Or whoever. Whoever jumps in, let's go.
I'm still thinking. Yo.
You're thinking?
Yeah.
How about you,
There's
Galen?
two on my mind right now.
Okay.
Me,
Go ahead.
I think the same as Xavier too. I'm kind of thinking too. It's like
I'll jump in, I guess. I like Nathan.
I like Pokemon.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. I was gonna say I like the Nathan Drake stuff. I like the Uncharted series. So like for me, that's like a really like well like written character. He's got like a good personality. He goes through like some ups and downs, and like for me, as like a good video game character, is like well written and everything, and like I want to like play as him, and I feel like cool when I'm like controlling that character. For me, it's Nathan Drake, I think.
Nice.
Well, shoot, I have like two characters. Two.
Let's go.
Other than that, it's beyond. I don't know. I'm confused. But number one, obviously Kirby. Always Kirby. Whatever game he's in, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna like it. It's always Kirby. And the second one, low key, was Raiden from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because my cousin, he had the game on the Xbox 360. I said, "Hold on, what game is this?" Hold on.
Uh-oh. Someone's in trouble. Galen, do you have your character yet?
I have like my top two. It's a battle between Yoshi and Toad.
Yoshi
Either
and
one of
Toad.
them. Because Toad, he's just cool in like every game. But like my favorite game for Toad would probably be Mario Kart. Cause like this guy has so much acceleration, let me tell you. He goes so fast. And this is like the best character in the game.
Yeah, Yoshi was a problem. You won.
And then Yoshi's just Yoshi. He's just like cool.
Yoshi's That's awesome. Well, for me, if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick one from Kingdom Hearts. I picked Riku from Kingdom Hearts because I thought he was so cool. He just looked cool.
Yeah.
He was kind of the Sasuke of Kingdom Hearts, like that chill, cool, whatever character. And I would have like always sketch him. I used to like sketch a lot like back then. So I would just draw him like all the time. So that would be my favorite character. All right, so let's move on. So what games are you guys currently playing right now? You guys have a lot of time on your hands. What is the one game or maybe two games that you guys are investing like all your time in right now?
I guess I'll go first. I guess I'll name a couple. The one that I was playing the most since this quarantine, I hopped right back on Grand Theft Auto 5. You know, a lot of people been doing their downtime on that online, so I just been hopping on my brothers and my homies on that. Also, later on in my life, when I started playing football, I started gravitating towards Madden. So I have some Madden titles in there, and Dragon Ball Z. They have a title called Dragon Ball Xenoverse. That's where you get to create your own Saiyan and Earthling and go back in time and fix the timeline and all that. So. And I guess another one, I saw my dad playing this one, but I got like the third installment to this game. I think it's called Dragon Age. So it's an RPG game. So go back to the Dragon Age times.
I think I have it.
All these
Inquisition,
demons
right?
Inquisition, yes, I absolutely love that game. Yes, I was playing that also, you know. I think that's all. Those are the games I've been investing my time into. Other than that, I've been on like every so once in a while, you know, and Naruto, yeah, all the Naruto titles, I have those. So I've been playing those, you know. They're just some of the many games I've been investing my time into. Everything else,
yeah,
leave on the side. Yeah, so.
That's awesome. How about you, Gabon?
For me, you know, I haven't been playing that much video games, but if I wanted to, I'd probably play a lot of Overwatch, or I play some of my 3DS games. I have Luigi's Mansion, which I've probably like beaten like a bunch of times because I kind of just go back to it to like see if I can do better than the first time. And then I also have Kingdom Hearts game called Kingdom Hearts Recoded. I haven't 100% completed it, and I might, because there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't found, and I'm trying to unlock the final movie. Because once you get 20 trophies at the end of the game, there's a secret ending. I'm trying to unlock that.
Okay, that's cool. How about you, Xavier? Are you still in? Or he's probably not in. Chris, are you still in?
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Kingdom Hearts boss battle for Recoded is like insane.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Yeah, I've played it myself. Yeah.
It's like you have Roxas.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have Roxas, but then before that is the Shadow Battle, which is pretty hard itself because you can't die.
You can't die.
Is
that what makes it so hard?
I never.
Because if you die, you have to do the whole. There's like a running stage, and you have to run the whole stage. I don't know how to explain it, but basically you're just kind of running, and it's kind of like Crash Bandicoot, but like it's Thor version. And if you don't beat the boss, then you have to do all of that over again, and then try to beat the boss.
Yeah, it's always
Never
fun
played.
to like do things over and over again if you don't beat something. So yeah, I don't like that either.
Chris, you were gonna say something?
I'm just admitting I never played Final Fantasy, any more than an hour.
Okay, it's not for everybody. It's sometimes you find it really slow, you know. I'll hit you.
Let's go. All right. Well, for me, games that I am currently playing a few because I work. But when I do have downtime, I've been playing like Yakuza 0. It's a game I kind of stopped. Have you guys heard of this game?
Oh. Yes.
It's a really, really cool, like, I think it's an RPG, right? RPG game. So I've been playing that. I've been playing Modern Warfare. And also another game called Ghost Recon. This is a fun game to play with friends. Like, you have to play with your friends when you play Ghost Recon.
Yeah.
It's really fun. So yeah, those are games that I've been playing right now.
Currently, I am playing. About to show it to you guys. Words with Friends.
Oh,
On my phone.
Here's a classic. That's a classic.
Mobile, let's go.
Hey. I promise you, that's the only game I'm playing. I don't own a game right now, because I know if I own a game system, especially if I own this new PlayStation 5, my family will be neglected. So I am purposely not trying to play a game system right now. But yeah.
All right. So you guys know, obviously, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII. That's like my main go-to after I got this a couple days ago. But I do got a couple other things like Irons in the Fire that I'm playing. Of course, I got Animal Crossing. I don't know if you guys can see that. Animal Crossing on the Switch.
Ooh, yeah.
To be playing Animal Crossing. It's like the only way to like get out in the world, like interact with people nowadays, right? So like Animal Crossing is perfect. Right, so you got Switch and you got some money, maybe get some Animal Crossing. The other game that I'll definitely suggest to you guys, and this is on like every system I think, but I like it on Switch. It's called Slay the Spire. This game is like the game, guys. Like you, it's like a deck building game. So basically, you're like battling your way like up this like I don't know like tower or something, and you like get different cards in like your deck. And like every time you beat like a new enemy or like you get to like a new shop, you get new cards inside of your deck to like battle against these like enemies and everything. So it's like a mixture of like a Final Fantasy game, but also with like Yu-Gi-Oh or something like where you have type of card.
Yeah, it does sound like Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's sick. And then you also get these different power-ups that like randomize, like add different like effects to you. It's really, really good. And what's cool is like you just play it over and over again. You get to the point where like you die and then you just go back down to the bottom, but like you can use all your like new power-ups and your new cards to like try to like get yourself up to the top. It's really good. Really good.
What was that one called?
It's called Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire.
Okay.
Really sweet. All right. So now is when it gets like real, guys. Okay, like this is where we're gonna get some like events, stuff that's happening in the world of gaming like right now that we need y'all's like serious opinion on. I know you guys know like those new consoles are coming and everything, and we're gonna talk about like the big like main event in a few. But like Sony just dropped the picture of the new PlayStation 5 controller. How you guys feeling about that new PlayStation 5 controller?
Honest opinion, I thought it was an Xbox controller.
Yeah. I'm being honest.
Why?
Yeah.
No, not feeling it.
I mean, the design is okay. It's just too bulky.
Okay.
And
so
like they could bring the color back to the buttons because now it's just black and white. Yeah, I think I would like the colors better.
All right.
And like,
yeah,
because I have a picture of it, where they have it in black. And honestly, I don't know. It's okay, but like, ugh.
It looks like an Xbox controller when it's in black.
Exactly.
You have like an Xbox controller. Nathan, what do you think, man? You're on the same thought?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys been knowing for a little while, or for a couple years. There's been a little war between Team Xbox, Team PlayStation. I'm always gonna be Team PlayStation no matter what. So when I saw that, I got kind of offended that they were, because I got the Xbox vibes off of it. I would say I like the color buttons because it reminds me of the PS2 so much, but I kind of like the new glossy feel buttons on the controller. I can't wait to like test that out. But it's just the fact that it's like an Xbox controller. I don't really like it like that. But it's PlayStation at the end of the day. I got to be loyal to the boys. So Team Blue. So so yeah, 50-50 about that one. So.
What do you guys think of the how they kind of move the light from the back
from the
to
back to the sides?
To yeah. Do you think
I kind of like
make
it looks kind of cool. I actually like that feature. Yeah, I like it. I like that. So, I like that. Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna like affect gaming. I feel like the only game I've seen that kind of use the light is like Grand Theft Auto, like when you're getting chased by cops and it like flashes red and blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some other. I think maybe like Until Dawn, like had it as like a flashlight or something like that, like almost like.
Mm-hmm. And if you move the controller, you get caught.
Yeah, and then like there was Death Stranding, I think. Like Death Stranding would like when your baby was like, hurt or something like that, it would like strobe at you or something. But yeah, I don't think it's been used as much as like it should have been. Maybe they'll keep using it.
Yeah.
The one thing I like about it is the PS button. Like it's the actual PS button.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't even notice that. That is
not like
dope.
a circle. Yeah. It's like an actual.
That's good.
I like that.
Another thing I heard they added is a microphone, a new mic system. Mm-hmm. So when you're playing live now, instead of you don't necessarily need a headset anymore, you could talk like straight to the controller and hear everything. So I'm interested to see how that like sounds. Like
I think that's smart because like the PlayStation, like the PS4 controller has like a speaker in it, but it's like it'd be better to have like a microphone in it, right? Like, it's like more.
Yeah.
I always thought that. I thought it was strange that they didn't have a microphone right there in it. It's Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Do it, no problem.
And I think one more thing. I don't know how I know all this. I think another thing they added was the triggers. I think they kind of is going to be like more sensitive, like I don't know the word for it, but like if you're playing like a shooter or something like that, it's going to actually feel like you're pulling like a trigger or something like that.
Yeah, I think they call it
oh, that's nice. Yeah,
something like haptic, I think, where it's like it feels
haptic feedback. Yeah, I think Xbox controller already has it, so
they have something similar. Yeah, it's like a similar.
Yeah.
The rumble triggers. The rumble triggers.
Right.
Yeah, it's similar. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we got to move on to like the bigger things, right? Like, so I think we already know where Nathan is going to fall on this. He kind of like tipped his hand a little bit, but like we got a war that's going to happen in November, right? Like a big war is like coming down the line, right? What? Like, let's be honest. Like, of course, like we have like our favorites. Like we think that like Sony's the best or like Microsoft's the best or whatever like that. But like, let's be honest right now. We've seen the numbers. We've seen like what's going to be inside these like machines. Which one do we think is going to be the better like machine? Like honestly,
if PlayStation is, from what I heard, what they're really going to do with that backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Unless Xbox has something to top that off, I don't know. But
I'm
backwards
lost. What
compatibility.
y'all talking about?
Oh, whether or not we think that Microsoft or Sony are going to win when their new consoles drop in November.
Oh, they're still at it? I thought they were done with that.
Oh
Oh
no.
no! Oh no! It's an ongoing war.
This is a battle
For life.
for life. Yes.
This is World War V.
Ain't no
World
choosing
War.
both sides. Yeah, you got to choose one.
All right, so Nathan, you said like you're we already know you.
Yeah, man. I watched the history of the PS2. I heard that's one of the best selling consoles of all time. So, I mean, if they can do that backwards compatible stuff with those PS2 games, they will. I don't want to say kill. They will decimate Xbox. Decimate Xbox again. As that right? Again. So, if they can do that, yeah, because I love those PS2 games. I love those throwbacks. If they're able to do that or put some of those on the PlayStation Store like they have now, they will decimate Xbox. I guarantee. So
you think the old games are gonna like push them over the limit? You think people are gonna like buy those old games?
A lot of people have been playing a lot of throwbacks. I've been seeing myself doing that a lot lately. So they're able to like push back to the PS3 games because I've noticed the PS3 and PS2 games have more variety than the PS4 games nowadays. So if they're able to do that with the PS3, especially the PS2 games that they used to have, because some of those titles are legendary, they will decimate Xbox. I guarantee you. If Xbox don't come with something with that, at least, yeah, PlayStation is gonna do it once more again. So, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. To add to that,
Play Borderlands.
Yeah.
Borderlands was a good game. That was
a good game.
Yeah, the game is good. Did you play Borderlands 3 yet?
No, not yet. No, I played Borderlands on the PS3.
Okay, right on.
With my dad.
It's a good one. I like that game.
But to add to compatibility, come on, you can say the word compatibility.
Yes.
I think you're right on it with the PS2 games, even the PlayStation games. Because I know I didn't get to answer this earlier, but one of my childhood games was Crash Bandicoot. That was it.
That's a good
that
one.
game defined my childhood right there.
There you go.
If I could play Crash on the PS5,
they should have a remake on a PS4.
Yeah, they hopefully remaster it. It should come out with a remastered Crash. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
They just dropped it. Actually, it's for PlayStation 4 and I think Xbox. I think they just dropped it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What?
Chris, you could be living that good life right now, man.
Right now.
I'm tempted.
Let
me talk to my wife.
It's a serious discussion happening in the Chris Miller household tonight. All right. Cool. So
I guess it's kind of unanimous. I guess everyone is on Team PlayStation.
I'll weigh in, I guess, a little bit. I think that the PlayStation's going to win it just because they have like better franchises. It's not even going to matter like what.
Yeah.
I mean, I think on paper the Xbox is like a beefier console, but then again, the Xbox One X is a more powerful console than the PlayStation 4 Pro. But PlayStation Pro is still winning.
That is true. Yeah.
Games doesn't matter. That's what Nathan said. You know, if the games are right and the people want the games, they're gonna play it on whatever system has those games on it, man. I mean, Halo was cool back in the day, but who cares about Halo anymore?
The nostalgia.
Yeah.
That's how they're gonna win people over. The nostalgia.
True.
Yes, I feel like PlayStation has better nostalgia, man. I mean, I just dropped money on a Final Fantasy VII remake because I'm nostalgic for it. And who locked that exclusive up? Sony, So they seem to lock up the exclusives that people care about.
Man, Microsoft needs to stick computers, man. I'm sorry. They need to stop doing it. I'm telling you, when that PS2 came out, I don't know why they wanted to face it. That is it. But I don't know why. Right.
That's funny because their new system, it does look like a PC tower. Like it looks like
it does, yes.
It does.
It's like a fat Xbox One, man. It's like fat.
Oh man.
Oh my God. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and transition to our final question before we wrap things up. So we want to close this off and ask you guys, what are some upcoming games that you are looking forward to this year?
This year? Jesus Christ.
This year.
I haven't looked at it lately.
Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2.
Is it coming?
Overwatch 2.
Yeah, it's
I've heard
Christmas,
about it.
right? Yeah.
Hope so.
I'm still playing a game from last year. Dude, I'm really hooked on Spider-Man right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think they're gonna drop Spider-Man again on PlayStation 5 with updated stuff. You know, get ready.
yeah,
Really?
I heard.
That's awesome. I think they're making a sequel to Spider-Man as well, aren't they, with Venom?
Yeah.
Or maybe that's a rumor.
Rumors, hey.
Well, there's this game. Once again, don't own a game system, but when I saw the trailer for it, I remember thinking like, wow, like the gaming world is just, I think it's gonna just continue evolving after this game. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes,
77.
I was gonna say.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you see what you could do? I'm like, what? What is? I felt old after watching. So I'm like, I'm so far behind. I didn't know you could do this.
That's going to be a big one this year. The one for me, I had that pre-ordered, so I'm definitely going to be playing Cyberpunk. But the one for me just got delayed until who knows when. Last of Us 2,
Oh yeah.
That's going to make like this generation, like that's the end of it. You know, once that game drops, that's the end of this generation.
Dang.
For me.
Well, I've been keeping my eye on one title because I haven't been watching those game trailers much. But when I saw this one, I wanted to get my hands on it so bad. The Marvel Avengers game that they have coming out later on. I definitely want to play it. But I realized like PlayStation has been remastering a lot of games, especially the Call of Duty series. So I kind of want them to remaster MW3 because that's like one of my favorite Call of Duty games of all time. So I think they're gonna take that route. But if I had to choose one of these titles, I think Avengers. I would want to get my hands on that. So.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Avengers.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But yeah, for me, I think you guys kind of already named number one, Cyberpunk. That's my number one.
Yeah.
So I was kind of upset when they postponed it to September because it was supposed to release like now. I think.
Yeah.
Like literally now it's supposed to come out. So, I definitely look forward to that and The Last of Us too for sure. Because the first one, you make me want to. I'm gonna replay the first one because you said that because that was really good. Yeah.
Oh, just so you guys know, if you guys have a PlayStation 4. Just today, they dropped for free the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. You can download that and be playing.
I have that right now. Yeah, I've been playing that. I think for free as well. And you can play that with other people online. So like, you get them for free. You download them forever. You have them. So check it out. Grab them.
They're yours.
Yeah. The Uncharted games, though, man, I can't say enough about those games. They're so good. They're so good.
Those are good. Yeah.
Whoa, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We're gonna wrap it up.
First time in forever.
I know, Xavier. Thank you for coming. We hope this isn't the last time.
Miss you, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I mean, I would love to come back, but like this virus messing a little. Yeah.
Well, you just got to come back to the virtual thing, man. Like, Friday?
I'll be prepared. I will be prepared.
All right, cool. We're going to be doing a Q&A on Friday. So we're going to have a person who's he's one of my friends. I've known him since forever. He is a musician. He's got a band that he plays in. He is a filmmaker. He does music videos for people. He actually just recently got back before all the Corona stuff, he got back from a trip to Asia where he actually shot bands in Tokyo, Japan. And we went around Thailand and all the different countries over there in Asia, taking photographs. He's a photographer as well. So he's a really cool guy who does a bunch of stuff that YOUmedia does. So you can talk to him about how to like make a living doing a bunch of different things if you're interested in that type of thing on Friday. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
That'd be great. I'll be there. I will be there.
Cool. Sweet.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. All right. So let's wave to the camera, guys. It was great speaking to you guys. Till Friday. And
Later.
that's a wrap. Let's go.